Hello guys, TTE and Sam. Welcome back to another Flight Sim stream, everyone. Welcome back. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm about 15 minutes late. Well, more like 21 minutes late. Apologies. Yeah, I was getting... I might as well just be totally honest. I was getting a facial. Before anyone says anything, it's not what you think. Yeah, I was just basically getting I don't know, I've had a haircut today. And just thought, you know, get some... my mum and my sister to do some of the work as well. So yeah, I don't mean I've just had my hair cut. I mean, you know, eyebrows, cleansing stuff. Yeah, they said they'd do it, so I've had all that done. And they ran over time. I know it's embarrassing. I wanted to get the embarrassing bit out of the way with, to be honest. So there you go. There's your reason I'm late, and 100% truthful and honest. So everyone can laugh at me now. So yeah, but anyway, it's out of the way. No worries, sugar plum. Fucking hell, never been called that before. Baseline's here. Hello, mate. He's probably laughing his head off. I would be too, actually, if I was watching me. But anyway, yeah, bit of an interesting one. Lisbon to Funchal or Madeira. It's one of them where it's quite a short hop, but it's long enough. You know what I mean? It's long enough. It's good enough. So yeah, let me just get the time sorted. There we go. Right, let's try and find Lisbon. So here we go. Lisbon, we'll go from here. So yeah, we'll find the legacy. Got to take care of that face, mate. Yeah, I know exactly. It's very, very important. It's just because I've had a haircut, and I know when I have haircuts, I can look a little bit, well, Tenerife, Neanderthal-like, you know what I mean? So yeah, because I kind of got that kind of look about me. So yeah, I always try to compensate. So it's just when my hair's longer, it's easier to kind of get away with. You know, kind of like, oh, whatever, don't need to sort my eyebrows out today, you know what I mean? Because my hair will be in my face anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, it's awfully embarrassing, isn't it? Right, okay. Yeah, it is embarrassing. I'm actually embarrassed at the moment. I know I'm not really embarrassed on streams, but I might as well tell you the truth. You know, I might as well, I was having my tea. My tea needs a little bit longer. That's bullshit, isn't it? Right, okay. Yeah, let's get going. Yeah, we're on the legacy version of the A330Neo. So basically, it means the same version as the new version of the A330Neo. All they've done, this is what LVFR have done, apparently. I spoke to someone the other day about it. I think it was Josh. And he said, yeah, all they're doing with this legacy stuff with the A321Neo, you know, my favourite plane in flight sim. Well, at the moment, until they get the 757 sorted. Yeah, basically, they've upped the price, and in order to justify upping the price for the LVFR, whatever, A321Neo, they've added the most smallest, minute little changes, right? And in doing that, they've now had to call obviously the precursor of that, the legacy version. So all they've done, they've gotten the legacy version, they've thrown a few new little things at it. They haven't done anything in terms of sound design or changing how the APU looks or anything. They've done the bare minimum, and they've basically just done that to justify upping up the price. And obviously they've called the original version of the A330 or whatever, A321 Neo by LVFR the legacy. So they've just made it more confusing. I know, so they've upped the price, being greedy bastards, and in doing that they've made it more complex for people. I know, management 2023 26, whatever year it is. I know, bloody hell, that wouldn't fly under my belt, I tell you. No way. I play train sim all day, and that plane is mid takeoff. I know, yeah, you haven't gotten that sorted yet, so yeah, it's just lousy, lazy developers. That's all it is. I actually think in this game, because it's quite a high grade game, you know, it's quite good quality, and it's kind of regarded as, you know, a high end, you know, piece of software. Hello. Yeah, I actually think they should have a certificate, like a diploma, to be obviously like a mod supplier, you know what I mean, of a game. So if you want to make add-ons for this game, you need to be like a recognized or whatever, an authentic, I'm not saying that they aren't authentic, but you know what I mean, like an established developer certificate or diploma just to develop for this game, because you get so many bloody lardy arses developing stuff for this game that's just not up to scratch, you know what I mean, like Captain Sim, LVFR. I don't care if you come after me, it's true, but yeah, hopefully this feedback might help them make better stuff. I don't know. But yeah, it's one of them. But yeah, they actually up the price. I didn't know about that. I just thought, oh, they've just done it, you know, just at the drop of a hat kind of thing. But it's a small thing. It doesn't really matter. I mean, anyway, even if I don't play the legacy version, of whatever the A330, it still pretty much flies the same. The only changes are that these autopilot panels are different buttons to click in. So that's why I always select the legacy, because it's easy just to, you know, whatever, establish it with the X button and clicking some other button that I don't know. So yeah, I mean, it's a controller, isn't it? There's not many buttons on it. It's not like keyboard where I've got to control whatever such and such key. Liam's here, and a few other people are here. Yeah, it's not Timothy Dowd, it's Richard Dowd, sorry. I actually saw the chat at the start. I thought, oh, Timothy's watching that Tenerife vlogger. I just saw the second name. I was like, oh, what's he doing tuned into one of my Tenerife flight sim streams? He's a Tenerife channel, isn't he? Yeah, I don't watch many Tenerife channels, actually. Well, I used to, but I don't really anymore. I just used to be a bit nosy, you know what I mean? Nosy on what's happened in Tenerife. I think once you've watched so much Tenerife and you know your stuff, it's like a game, isn't it? It's like you can only know so much about a video game until it gets boring. So it's time to go to something else. I think that's like Tenerife. I used to watch loads of videos on Tenerife vlogs and the little personalities that used to, you know, well, still do vlog there. But because I've known my way around quite well and lost Christian where to eat and where not to eat and blah, 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 good bars and all that. It's like, well, there's no need to watch people like that anymore because, you know, it's just the basics. I just wanted to watch them to find out kind of cool places to go, which is normally what people do. That's why trip report videos do well on YouTube, because people book a holiday and the first thing they do is, oh, I want to see some stuff of where I'm staying. You know, I want to see where I'm staying. In Tenerife, let's say they go staying at the I don't know, the Revron Plaza or somewhere like that, or I'm trying to think. What's that? The Volcano in Tenerife. Let's say somewhere like that. They watch videos on it to see what it's like. You know what I mean? That's YouTube for you. Right. So the plane's set up, pretty much. Got the parking brake off. Yeah. So we're flying a bigger plane today, 330, and the timer is on. It's all set up, all ready to go today, and we'll get the ATC to start pushing back. Alano's here. Hello. Has your calendar arrived yet, mate? If it hasn't arrived, it should arrive tomorrow, because I sent it first class, so it should be well on its way. But obviously, Sunday post, I don't know, it probably didn't come through. But let me know when it does arrive, because I get stressed when people's stuff hasn't arrived. Oh yeah, only a bit. Oh, hang on, that needs to be on easy mode. Oh, buggering it all up. Hang on, let me go back. Just in case I hit something there that I shouldn't have. Yeah, so that was, okay, easy. Yeah, have you liked? Yeah, I've changed some stuff in the OBS thing. I change it like annually. I might switch some little things around to add some new little sound effects or graphics. That's it. You know, I've got it. I mean, when I first started using OBS for streams, I got it right first time, you know what I mean? It worked. As soon as I moved from the Elgato software to OBS about 4 years ago now, everything just worked, you know what I mean? It all just, as it should do. Yeah, if someone's moving software and changing stuff, it should just work. So there's not much to change in here really, you know what I mean? It's like little things I can change around, like maybe I want to have a new banner. I want to redesign that. Just a little bit, not too much. Not here yet, probably the next few days. Yeah, it should be with you tomorrow. Hopefully it should be with you tomorrow. It should be. When did I ship it? Friday. It was Friday, wasn't it? Yeah. I was trying to find an envelope as well. A post office envelope. Right, we're pushing back yet? They're taking the time, tell you. I want to push back. I want to get going with my flight sim. There we go. Right, plane's nearly set up. We'll go to 30,000 actually. 30,000 and I think we're all good. Let's check all these wing lights. We don't need the wing lights on yet. Don't need them on. Okay, that's all good. Landing lights. I like how it's just one switch on the A330, just one simple switch. Makes it a lot easier instead of two. Runway turn lights, beacon lights. The engines that haven't actually started yet, so we don't need them on, but just for safety. APU bleed. Why is that not on? accepted. Pushback accepted. Right, that's what we want. Yeah, it's fairly similar to the 320 one. It's just a few other little things. Has audio as well. Okay, audio's good. Yeah, it's a bit of a late one tonight. Sorry. Didn't help. I had to get me facial. People are going to be laughing about that now. People are going to be going, yeah, what he's saying on the stream. He's late because he had a facial. yeah. Funny. Oh dear. I think what makes it funnier is that I've got my XXX socks on today from Amsterdam. Right? Yeah. When you best at next Saturday. It's nearly 6 years now. It's nearly 6 years I've been streaming at Manchester Airport. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I could just do a bloody F-off 360 cam and just go, here you are. This is what I do now. And just not do any more streams, you know what I mean? Just do everything in free... Nah, I wouldn't do that. Hang on. I need to stop the pushback. Oh, hang on. We just brake a bit. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. There's enough clearance here. Ooh, I'm very calculated tonight. I'm not normally like this. I don't normally run into the back of the damn thing. Right, okay. Ooh, very good. Right, we're going to have to steer to the right. Now it's just going to stop it there. End the pushback. Just stop there. I don't want it to stop there. Oh, this game. I never wanted it to do that. Right, we're going to have to start the engines. Right, plane's all up and running. 3rd of Feb, I'll be there. Ooh, nice one. You can come to over romper as well. Oh my god, you don't want to... Nothing bad happened, but it's just a bit on the decline, the romper. Yeah, we normally go over romper every Saturday, and it's great. Don't get me wrong, we love it. Very cosy. But last few times we've been there, the food has been a bit bad. Now, I don't mean we've been ill, but they're just not on it. You know, they're just not on it. It's owned by the Green King, so... Should I say no more? You know what I mean? Like, it's owned by a chain, so if a chain goes, oh yeah, we're going to cut costs, get cheaper supplies of chicken in from this supplier and whatever, we're going to have to use smaller bread or whatever, so we need to get sourdough from whatever, this supplier now, and whatever, have to get, you know, change the menu around. You know what I mean? That's what it's like in the UK. It's not like it is in other countries where they just go by their own will and they don't really worry about cost. They more worry about quality and, you know, sustaining the customer. You know what I mean? In the UK it's more like, oh, cost, oh who cares, we'll worry about it later, you know what I mean? But yeah, we're thinking of going to the Tatton Arms just next week, next Saturday. So Tatton Arms is like the other end of the runway actually, so we're thinking of going there just to give it a chance. We've been there before and it was actually really good, but it's just a romper recently. It's just been a little bit not great. Ian's burger wasn't good. My burger was just, it's getting more fatty than it is, you know, a beef burger. And my dad's chicken was chewy and overcooked, so yeah, I don't know, it's just not very good. I only pop in for a couple of beers. I don't get food there. Oh, you know something we don't. I mean, the food's great normally, but last few runs we've had there, it's been a bit disappointing, you know what I mean? And it is expensive. It's like, you know, two Cruise Campo, oh here we go, Mr. Cruise Campo here. Yeah, 2 Cruise Campos and whatever, fish and chips. It's like 28 quid. Signature burger. This is how they get away with, you know, ripping people off. Signature burger. That it's in the name. It's just a name, just an extra word. It's not just a burger. Oh, because that sounds expensive, doesn't it? Burger. £17 for a burger. Oh no, it's a signature burger. So it justifies, you know, the price. You know, just me. I've got business studies. I know how this shit works. I say that every time, don't I? Right, engines are starting. Oh, engine 2 needs to start more like. Oh, mate, you can't go there. But yeah, we're just gonna give a Tatton Arms. This is when the signature burger in the Tatton Arms is like 40 quid. I'm eating a bit of humble pie. Spend half my life eating humble pie. But yeah, you know what I mean. It's just a bit like, bloody hell. Don't do this to us. We're very loyal customers. I put a very good review actually for the romper about 2-3 months ago, so I don't want to have to edit it. You know what I mean? These things happen, you know. in the waves, you know, good things happen, bad things happen. You get your, I think when you go somewhere so often as well, you do see, you know, your fair share of ups and downs and stuff. You know, it's like, it's the UK, you know, no one can sustain that level of, you know, consistency and level of, you know, quality when they're getting paid. You know, some of the kids who work there are probably getting paid, what, £12 an hour, you know, minimum wage, whatever, £10 an hour. So there's no surprise sometimes things can fall on deaf ears and all that. So, you know, I'll give them a chance, of course. Right, but if you do it again, we go there every Saturday. That's the thing, we go there every single Saturday. But yeah, I hope everyone's had a nice weekend. It's been a long weekend, actually. It's been one of those weekends that has been quite eventful, and I've had my hair cut as well. Finally. God, yeah, took my time with that one, didn't I? Mohammed's here. Yeah, let everyone know on Discord that I'm live. Right, okay, so what runway are we going from? We haven't actually done a flight control check yet. We need to have a little read on that. LIS FNC, that's the right flight codes, isn't it? Sorry, airport codes. Nice to see you yesterday at the RVP. Yeah, it's quite funny. Ted made a little TTE 757 model. I gave it back to him, not because there was anything wrong with it, because obviously it was flapping about in the wind and I didn't want it, you know, it's paper, I didn't want it to fall to bits because he'd sellotape the wings on. So I gave it back to him and he still got it. He forgot to give me it back. But I've got a nice drawing from him as well, which I'll show on stream, whatever. But yeah, yesterday was a vibe. It was brilliant. I loved it. Good day yesterday. It was a good little stream. Started early. I don't know. I don't really like starting that early because I like to capture some of the big arrivals. Sorry, at 11 o'clock you kind of get the best of both worlds. Sometimes you get all the big stuff arriving, and then you could see them depart as well normally. So it's like kind of the best of both worlds normally. So it's like a good, you know, see them arrive, see them depart. It makes sense to go sometimes around mid-morning or whatever, or late morning, you know, 11 o'clock, whatever, 10:45. Maybe I could push it back to 10:30. I don't know, I think a busy week at school all week can sometimes make me want to stay in on the Saturdays, which is fair enough, you know, understandable. Ooh, we're taxiing a bit fast there. Wonder we're not. Like, where's this taking us? We're in a big plane and we're taxiing around somewhere that's like Toy Town. Hello. Who's there? Hey, managed to catch you, take up. Hang on, I need to taxi my plane. Okay, we'll do a quick flight control check as well. Oh, we need to taxi lights on. Runway turn lights. That needs to be on takeoff. Okay, we're all good. We can shut down the APU as well because we don't need the APU on when we're. Both engines we're on steam. Taxiing on steam. Yeah, you can hear the APU. Whee! There we go. Pull the stream deck forward a bit. I managed to catch you before takeoff. How are things? Oh, he's talking about in the game. I was about to say I haven't been anywhere. I wanted to go Lanzarote this weekend. I think a few people knew about that. Sorry, I didn't manage to do it. Well, that's the thing. I've barely spent any money this month. Honestly, I'm going to get paid in the next few days, and it's like, yeah, by YouTube, and it's I've barely spent any money. I've got all this money. I don't know what to do with it. So I'm looking at a new GoPro as well. Yeah, I might be going back to GoPro. The DJI stuff's great. Don't get me wrong, but apparently some of the new GoPros are really good as well. We've got a special sensor in it that obviously I'm like, I want me please. So yeah, I mean, I'm loving the new phone as well, the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I mean, I've got it. What? Where did I go to say? I got my hair cut. And okay, I did go to the pub. Yes, I went to the pub because I was waiting. My nan was arriving, whatever, later in the day because she's got these new trousers for me. She had to measure them. So I was like, right, I'm not going to go home just yet because, you know, I might as well just... Because I don't go to pubs anymore. I think people know this. don't really go. I used to have I went for a phase where I used to go to pubs and I'd call people on Discord and have a little drink every night for like 4 or 5 months. It was alright, but bloody hell. Talk about having a bit of money. Oh yeah, and I think I did. And I was just wasted it all on that, which is not really good. But I went for a phase of having a bit to drink, didn't I? So obviously pubs were like a lovely thing for me, the best thing ever. But I've stopped doing that now. You know, I'll go to the local pub, Rose and Crown, like maybe 3 times a week now with my dad, and that's it. But today I did actually stop and have a shandy somewhere, which is very rare because I never normally go out because I don't like being seen, really, because obviously I work at a local school, and it's like, got spotted in Costa the other day and I hated every minute of it. Yeah, didn't like that at all. Can't hide. And secondly, I don't really drink much anymore. I have like 1 a night, you know, 1, 2 a night. So there's no need to go to anywhere like that. But I did go today, yes I did. But it's very rare for me to go to pubs now. I actually thought, oh my god, where should I sit? What do I do? Well, I just uploaded some shorts. Right, okay, I'm going to switch the thing back into easy mode. Sorry, medium mode. That'll do me. And I think we're all ready to go. So I believe. Right, we ready, boys? Right, okay, that's all good. I think we're all ready to go. Right, get the timer ready. Right, I'll hold the brake. Actually, flaps need to be set to, yeah, because this is a bigger Airbus, isn't it? Right, here we go. We're going. You hear it? We're off. Here we go. SR71 iPhone. Just got balconies with a shower cap, drinking a Magnum now. SR71 iPhone. I don't know what you mean. Sorry. Right, in air time. I should be starting soon. Oh, knocked it off the corner there. Oopsie, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, so the flaps need to be set at 14 because it's a bigger plane. I used to slide off a runway, not being airborne. Right, okay. V1. Right, we can rotate. V1 rotate. There we go. In air time is working. We're up, boys. We're up. There we go. Bit of power. Nice bit of power. That's what you want. There we are. Satisfied. Titanium iPhone, lol. Oh, right, I see. No. The iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max, well, the whole Pro lineup, does not use the titanium anymore, which, to be honest, is a shit decision because it's very resilient and it's got that extra kind of premium kind of look to it as well, because the titanium they use is quite a shiny gloss, but they're using it in the air, which doesn't make sense because the iPhone Air is meant to be their thinnest phone, so wouldn't you rather not use titanium? You know what I mean? Because it'd be lighter then, and you use the titanium for the Pros, because the Pros are all made of an aluminium unibody. That's what they're called. But I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Why would you use the titanium in the? I don't know what they're using for the base models. I've not a clue. But all I know is that they're using the titanium in the iPhone 17 Airs, right? The really thin phone, but they're not using it in the Pros. So it's kind of doesn't make sense for me. You'd do it. You'd use the lighter material, the aluminium unibody, in the lighter phone, and then use the titanium in the heaviest phone because it feels more premium. You know, it's like a nice watch, isn't it? You like the weight on it because it feels premium. You know, I don't know why they've done that. I don't think they really know themselves why they've done that. The very fact they've come out with tried to make the world's thinnest phone and said to everyone, oh yeah, this is like a revolutionary. God, how have they done that? And then gone, by the way, if you want to buy a battery for it, go over to the Apple website. It's kind of hinting towards, well, all they're saying there is the battery life is really bad, but they've managed to cram all this into a tiny computation. Like, just release that stuff when the technology's ready there with the battery. You know what I mean? Don't just go, oh yeah, this is the world's thinnest phone, by the way, you need it plugged in like an elephant. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't make sense. to me anyway, I wouldn't do it like that. I'd go for it when it's ready, not make the world's thinnest phone just because, oh, we can now, but by the way, you need to buy this battery supply thing with it because the battery's so bad on it. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. They're like kind of like a step back. You know what I mean? It's like a step back. It's a great phone. I love the iPhone 17 Air. I think it's one of the best looking phones in the world. But you don't buy a phone for its aesthetic looks, do you? You buy it for the performance and the power. You know, and it hasn't got it. So I would have waited for them to... Whatever I was in charge of Apple, I would have waited for that technology to exist. Or just be there a little bit more in terms of battery technology. Samsung, like my one, are made of some plastic which doesn't really hold up. Scratches and scratches a lot. I do think titanium iPhones are probably much better. Probably some sourcing or manufacturing issue. I don't know, but it doesn't make sense. I don't understand the need for a thin phone. Well, I do. I think maybe they've done that for a structural thing. Maybe they've used the titanium because they know the phone's really thin, and it might bend or, you know, might create like cracks in the glass in people's pocket because it's really thin. So they thought, oh, we'll reinforce it with the titanium. That's probably why they've done it. Just thinking now. But why they haven't used the titanium in the Pros? Maybe to make it look, to get that weird, like a strange continuity thing there. Well, it's not really continuity thing, is it really? If you, well, it's not chronological. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they've done it, or they made a mistake. I think they've done it so they don't look chronologically identical. Oh, got the titanium here, got the titanium there. They've done it probably for some aesthetic reason to make them all look individually different. Or can't you have titanium matte? You know what I mean? Just matte the titanium so it looks like aluminium. Best of both worlds. You represent the future? I don't know. You could go on. Yeah, there's some dork at Apple will know why they've done it. Or maybe he won't. Maybe that's why it works for Apple. It's not really interesting either because all it is some huge company making phones that for them it probably costs £15 to manufacture and they sell them on for £1,000. I don't know. The world's gone mad, but I think the iPhone 17 Pro, sorry, the iPhone 17 Air, or the iPhone Air, I think that's a very good looking phone, but it's just, unfortunately, it's a bit of a step back. If you rely on camera power and you want your 120Hz display and your battery and your storage and all the things which are quite important, especially if you're doing travel and using things quite heavily, you know, it's not really there, is it? But the looks are there, I suppose, but it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit dense, you know what I mean? It's not got much in it, you know what I mean? It's a bit like Selena Gomez, you know, it's kind of like really good looking, but nothing really there. Inside, a bit dense. Oh, woohoo! Deary me, it's going out tonight, isn't he? So I'm going to get Justin Bieber on my doorstep. And my dad will go, why has Sam got a twin? What's this on the side of my... Steve Jobs would have sorted them out if he wasn't fired from his own company. He obviously has to be around to run it. Yeah, he does. Thanks for hinting the obvious, Harris. Oh, God. Oh, flaps need to be up a little bit more. Right, we're at 14,000 feet going. I don't know. Not a clue. Right, turn them off. Turn it all off. Get it off. APU bleed. I'll keep that on. I don't know the 330 well as much as the 321. Must be honest. Right, engine performance. There we go. Oh, that's not too loud. There we go. These speakers are so loud, I swear to God. Did something the other day, I thought I was turning the dial. It's one of these stupid Bluetooth. It's great, don't get me wrong. But it's a bit confusing, yeah. It's one of these dial things which are Bluetooth. It's got a little light on it. And I thought I was turning it down when I turned off my TV, right? I was actually turning it all the way up. You see what I mean? Because there's no like feedback because it's Bluetooth and whatever. There's no like mechanical feedback, you know what I mean? Like normal speakers where it would just stop, the knob would stop going once it's reached 100% and then click when, you know, to turn it off all the way down. So 0% volume. Well, I thought I was turning it down. I actually turned it all the way up. So I turned on the Xbox the other day, and it was like being at an IMAX cinema. It was like, you know what I mean? It was like I nearly went through the wall. Honestly, it was so loud. Everyone in the house was like, "What the bloody hell was that?" And I was like, "I don't even know. I thought the speaker was turned all the way down, or the volume gauge, which probably is a bit of a problem with these Logitech speakers, because sometimes it's actually hard to tell if you're turning it up or down. Obviously now, I know I'm turning it up because I can hear it. But if my Xbox is off, I can't go by that sensory input or whatever. You know what I mean? Or that feedback, because it's got a bit of feedback, like mechanical feedback, the dial, but nothing to, you know, suggest to me that it's going up or down. It's just, I don't know, and just like a little bobbing sensation when it goes up or down. It's not great. Logitech. No, I think Logitech are a very good company. Actually, I think they make some very good gear, and I would choose them any day of the week over Razer. Honestly, Razer create rubbish stuff. Razer gear is rubbish. I know. I used Razer stuff for 4 years, and it just went out like, you know, like Apollo 13, where you have to turn stuff off. Yeah, or like an electric car where you have to turn off the heating. Oh, it's raining. That will increase the battery. I've got to turn off the heat seats today. Electronic wing mirrors, right? I'm gonna have to do them out myself, because it's honestly, it was like that with the Razer equipment. The Firefly went offline. Couldn't change the colours on that after a year of purchase, and then the mouse lights went on it. Couldn't change them. Didn't show up in the Synapse software. It was like it just went incognito randomly, like whatever. Annually something would go, because I had the Razer Firefly, the Huntsman keyboard, not the Huntsman Elite, because the Huntsman Elite required Synapse 3, and they didn't make that for Mac, so I don't know why. So they just lost a load of whatever people who wanted to use it on Mac. Why would you do that? Why would you limit your hardware with software? Well, it's just stupid. It's really stupid, because you're almost missing the market there. So they had the Huntsman Elite, but they didn't allow people who purchased the Huntsman Elite to tweak the colours or whatever, shortcuts or whatever, or multi-action keys or whatever, hotkeys on the Mac, because the Mac required Synapse 3, obviously for the new Razer stuff, but we didn't develop Razer Synapse 3 for Mac. We developed Synapse 1 and 2 for Mac, but 3 we didn't. So all people who bought loads of Razer, I mean, again, why would you buy gaming equipment for Mac? Okay, there is a bit of an argument there, but still, why make Synapse 1 and 2 if you think you didn't have a Mac, Apple, whatever, you know, customer whatever, support, whatever. So it's just like, it doesn't make sense to me. Why would you limit your hardware and have people returning all your equipment back to you just because you can't be bothered making software for Mac? It doesn't make any sense. It's really stupid, actually. It's what you should do, what smart people would do, is go, oh yeah, it works for Mac, so therefore we will develop, obviously, the software Synapse 3, so people can customise their Razer hardware, whatever, keyboard, Firefly, mouse, whatever, headphones, on the Synapse 3 software, but we didn't. So like me, I bought the Huntsman Elite keyboard, you know, with one of the laser switches instead of the, mechanical, and couldn't use it. It still typed, it was still a keyboard, but couldn't change the colours on it, couldn't do hotkeys, couldn't do shortcuts, because the software didn't exist for Mac. And there was even rumours that they would never make it. So at one point it said, oh, we will make it soon, then they just went, oh, we're not going to make it anymore. It was just like, yeah, Logitech are very good. But Razer stuff, just, Firefly went after 1 year, the mouse, can't remember what it was, the Death Adder Elite, I can't remember what it was, that went after 2 years, and then the keyboard lights just started flickering and not working properly. Nice keyboard, nice feedback, but in terms of their hardware, it just Synapse software, it's their hardware and the software just don't work. And when you've got something like that sort of ecosystem going on like that, there's no hope. So I don't go for Razer stuff anymore. I go for Logitech, because I've used Logitech stuff in the past, and I think I had a Logitech mouse that I had for 5 years. Can't remember when I got it. maybe 2015, and I used it up until maybe 2017 or 18, quite a long time, and it always worked, and I think I've still got it now, and it still works. You know what I mean? I can't remember. I think my sister had it out once for college, and she was using it, and it still works. She sat there in college, and all these people probably going, "Why have you got a crazy mouse, a crazy coloured mouse?" You know what I mean? It's actually 10 years old probably. So yeah, I think she used it for college. I can't remember, but yeah, you know, it's like 10 years old now, and it still goes. So Logitech, I think their stuff's fantastic. Because that's the thing, they make very minimalistic kind of aesthetic equipment. You know, it's not like Razer stuff where it's all geared towards gamers, where it's, you know, sharp edges and, you know what I mean, it's all quite aggressive looking. So it's like BMW and Mercedes. You know, Mercedes stuff's quite sleek and elegant and all that, whereas BMW are more aggressive looking street racing cars, and, you know, weird kind of angles and stuff like that. It's a bit like that with Razer and Logitech, but Logitech have a more universal kind of appearance, so it kind of works for this. So it's like quite a simplistic looking keyboard, but still kind of got that light gamerish aesthetic to it. Same with the mouse, you know, it's like, I can't show it you, but it's quite a simple looking design, but it's got lights around it and it looks kind of cool. Still gamerish, but also could be anywhere. That mouse could be used. You could find it in a university and go, well, it's a cool looking mouse, got lights on it, or you could find it in one of the hard, you know, esports or something like that, you know, a really hardcore gaming environment, and go, yeah, that's a Logitech mouse. You know what I mean? It's like a Volkswagen Golf. You know what I mean? You could take it to a wedding, a funeral, you know what I mean? And it still blends in quite well because it's quite a smart looking car, but also, you know, you get the whatever, the Volkswagen Golf, what is it, the GTI or whatever, or the RX or whatever, and race it like a pro, you know what I mean? It's quite a universally, you know, simplistic looking car. You can kind of take it anywhere, a Volkswagen Golf. You can though, can't it? It suits every driving condition and every kind of, I don't know, kind of place you may end up turning up to. You know what I mean? It suits it well. And it's the same with Logitech stuff. It's got that look about it where it could be used anywhere, and it's reliable. That's all I want. Stuff that looks good, reliable, and works, of course. Well, kind of fits into reliable, but with reliability, it kind of, you're kind of far-fetched. Kind of, oh, I want it to work for like 8 years. That's my idea of reliability. Not, oh, it's going to work for 8 months, and then you're going to have to get the new one once they've started to, you know, release the new whatever Logitech keyboard or whatever, and making your current one slow down with software. It's got onboard memory on it. You know, like iPhones. But yeah, it's one of them. Anyway, talking about the iPhones, yeah, I'm very happy with this, but I really want to put it to the test, because there's no point me walking around, going to the hairdressers, and then going to the pub for a bloody Madeira shandy with this, you know what I mean? It's just a bit like, why have I got it? You know what I mean? Might as well go out with this. This phone, this iPhone 15, which I need to get rid of. It's not my phone anymore. Or it's not on my contract. I can still use it, but it's not. Why do I need that when I've got this? You know what I mean? It's like, just get rid of it, sell it. I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna trade it in at Apple, I think. So I think they'll check how much the battery percentage has dropped. And I mean, I haven't had it for that long. I haven't had that for 2 years. It was made in October 2015. This phone, this iPhone, October 2015. Sorry, October 2023. People will be thinking, what? I love it. I love this design. I love this look. The little glass camera bump. Yeah, I actually prefer the look of this phone compared to the 17 Pro. Honestly, I do. Just because it's kind of got the glass camera bump, and I think the colour I got was very good. But back then, when I ordered this phone, it was on my contract. I think it was something to do with my GoPro as well. I ended up using this phone a lot for trip reports. You probably noticed as well, you haven't seen one of my trip reports with a GoPro in for a while. And the reason is because my GoPro is broke. It actually broke on a TUI Dreamliner going to Tenerife, right? Last year, I think it was the 2nd of January last year, actually broke, stopped working. So I was like, right, I can't rely on that anymore. And it is actually broke, okay? Tested it quite a bit on that plane, trying to work out what was going on. And every time the phone overheated, it was corrupting the footage and the software was going all strange. Something wasn't going right. And I did have it for about just under 4 years. No, 5 years. That GoPro. Yeah, so not really good enough, but yeah, that's the thing. Because I used to use my GoPro a lot and it was black, it didn't show up on the reflection of a window. But because I had to use my iPhone a lot more because my GoPro went kaput, this does show up on the aircraft reflection of a window. You know what I mean? So in all my trip reports recently, you can see the reflection of this phone, because it's white, in the window. Honestly. So that's why I've gone for a navy and a dark case with it. I think the case is actually slightly darker than the body of the phone. But I've done that deliberately because I don't want it showing up. But also the reason I've gone for a dark phone, you're probably thinking, oh no, you've gone for a dark phone, it's going to overheat in the summer, especially with like a silicon case. It's got a vapor chamber inside of it, so it won't overheat, so it's fine. So thought it through quite well, but not not amazingly well. It's not Einstein level. It's just me going, I can't have a white phone anymore because it just shows up in the trip reports. Even when I'm like filming it in the airport and like near the windows, you can still see it. You know what I mean? It's like not good. Personally, HP are really good with tech. Had my laptop for 3 or so years, and while it was slowed, it slowed down considerably. It was remained reliable for so long. Great stuff. My school uses Logitech mouses, which work well, but my other Logitech tech isn't great, to be honest. How old is it though? I think their new stuff's good as well. But if you've got stuff that's like 16 years old, obviously that's not gonna age very well, is it? Or hasn't probably, you know. Well, if it's still working after 16 years, it has aged well, but it's not going to perform well after 16 or 18 years. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just rambling. Right, stick that on the screen. Actually, I've not a clue where we are. We could be heading north for all I know. Right, we don't need to listen to ATC. I have nothing interesting to say. Not up here anyway. Right, we are probably off the coast of Portugal. Yes, we are. And we have got probably an hour of a flight left. Yeah, probably. GPS tracking. There we go. Right, we'll have a little look. What's going on? Right, taxiway lights are. Wing lights. Beacon lights. So we can stay on. Of course. Oh, I forgot to put it into climb. There we go. Why is that in Mac? That can't be in Mac. That's actually okay, actually. So what? How long have we been? 20 minutes into the flight, and we're already nearly 500 miles an hour. Oh, it's knots, isn't it? 485 knots. Not bad. Not bad at all. Speed's going down. That's not bad. That. The A380 the other day at Manchester. It was. I think it was only 6 minutes into the flight, and it was already going 300 miles an hour. That's not bad, that is it? That is not bad. Yeah, so 6 minutes after departure at Manchester. I know everyone goes on about the 380, and not everyone likes it, but 6 minutes after departure, and runway 23 right at Manchester. 6 minutes in after takeoff, it's already going 300 and something miles an hour. That's not bad. That is quite good. If you think about it, that is good. Luckily, I'm not keeping some 20-year-old Logitech mouse hostage. I think it's 3 years or something. 3 years? Yeah, I don't know. I think it depends on computer specs as well, and obviously maintenance and all that. And if you've got a dodgy motherboard, sometimes they can disconnect and all that. I don't know, because I haven't seen your setup, so I don't know what's going on. I was trying to do that the other day with Mohammed. I was trying to problem solve his SIM card is whatever S23 Ultra wasn't reading his SIM card, and me trying to problem solve a problem that I can't see and don't really know the back history of is impossible, honestly. Dark Star, Madeira, Abington, 12 minutes with a crash landing. That was speed. That was good. I actually can't remember that. I think I did it at the end of a flight sim 3 years ago. Oh yeah, look at this as well, guys. My book for work. This is where I write a load of notes and important things I need to obviously write down for school. And yeah, I've got a nice KLM badge on that. That's from Carl. I've had that on for 2 months, but on the back, well, hey, we love it, don't we? I've got loads of KLM stuff. He gives me so much KLM stuff. Sticker. What else have I got? Oh, this is from Ted. Might as well show you this. Actually, I'll show you that last. This is what Carl gets me. Supplies me with. There you are. KLM E2 delivery, I think it was. What's it say? KLM TV plus various others. I thought it said various divers. E2 20. So they flew the E2 KLM. I've been on it. From somewhere in Brazil, obviously where they make them. Another way to Amsterdam, but they had to make a stopover. Where? If they're flying from Brazil to obviously Europe, where did he fly over? The Canaries. So he actually stopped in Amsterdam. So he spent a day putting this disc. This is what Carl does. He's not into media, digital media. He has no time for it. Rich, yes, we have a go about, but everyone's different. But it's nice to have a physical copy of something. So he puts these DVDs together. It's got my footage in it, I think. So he actually downloads. So some of his DVDs he keeps for himself has actually got quite a lot of my trip reports in it, because obviously they're good stuff. I agree, they're good stuff. So this has got, I think, some of my stuff in it, and KLM. He's got me loads like Virgin Atlantic. I do watch them every now and again. If I'm editing, I'll have it on the background, but I haven't watched them all because there's so much stuff he gives me. It's ridiculous. It's like he's one of those people that I don't think I'll ever meet again, because there's so much good stuff he gives me. He's so generous. It's amazing. Look at this. I don't even know what to... He gives me so much stuff, I don't know what to do with it. Look at this. KLM Flying Dutchman. I've not a clue where I'm going to stick that. Not a clue. I'll just keep it, spares. Got a Dutch flag. Got that. It's very nice. I've got all these. Got that. I thought it was only one. What was behind it when I opened the envelope? Another one. What was it behind that? Another one. What was behind that? Another one. Exactly. So I've got hundreds of KLM stuff. I've probably got more stuff than KLM has. Honestly. I've seen KLM's... the shop in Amsterdam, the in Schiphol Airport, the aviation shop they've got. Yeah, they've probably got less. Ridiculous. Where does he even get that stuff? Right, he gets it online, but it's some good stuff. It's very good. Some stuff that's very rare as well. I've got a 757 vintage pin badge, and apparently to get one of them now it's so rare. So you know what I did? Stuck it on my school lanyard, because I like the 757. It's a personal touch. So when I'm walking around, it's like, yeah, this is got some good stuff on here. There you go. This is from Ted. Oh, the clock's interfering because of the green glass. Hang on. I think we can compensate with software. Spend half my bloody life doing that. There you go. You shouldn't be able to see it now. The clock. There you go. Oh, second name's there. Sorry. Look at that. So that's a TTE Aviation 767. How good is that? It's got a reg G Terry, Abington Airport, and there's a gate behind it that says 67. So got a lot of good stuff from people. I was actually going through it the other day, and I was thinking, I'm quite lucky to have quite a lot of good friends. What I mean? We all argue. Don't get me wrong. We all argue with each other, but we all need each other. I think that's the best kind of relationship. So we make them stronger anyway. We all disagree on some stuff. We all agree on other things. But when we disagree, we disagree. When we agree, we really agree. You know what I mean? That's just It's like a bloody European friendship, isn't it? That's what they're like. I saw a load the other day in a coffee shop in Liverpool. I think they're Italians, and they sat down, got their coffee, they were talking, and then this massive argument erupted, literally, and they were going all in Italian. And after that, they sat down and started drinking. Just like normal. It's a bit like that with us, actually, but not as extreme as that. Yeah, true Italians, you know. Honestly, it's so funny, but yeah, so it's a good friend. Everyone understands each other. There's no like fakeness or like, oh, he gets on with him, but I don't really know if he gets on with him, because last week he said that, you know, just an example, that we all can read each other quite well, and the most important thing is people can put up with me, and if people can put up with me, wow, they have patience, because I can be a difficult bastard sometimes. I really can. Pin badges are risky. I hope that doesn't come off, Sam. Well, oh no, it won't come off, because what I did, I actually got a hammer. I got one end of a pin and I hammered it into the lanyard, and I made sure the metal pin crisscrossed the other one, so there's no way that's coming out. Not on earth that is coming out. So I basically bent the pin at the back, stuck it through the lanyard, the pin, and I crossed the pin with the other pin, so they've like forged like this bond, obviously, so it can't come out. There's no way it can come out. So yeah, it's a bit of DT skills there, you know what I mean? But at least you got a hammer against the wall of a house, like hammering it into my lanyard, because like, I want this in my lanyard, you know what I mean? It's like I lost the back supporting bit of the pin. You know, when you get a pin and you stick it on like a blazer, and you normally have the back bit, you know what I mean? I lost it. Don't know where it went, but anyway, I've got the main bit of the pin, but I just in, not coming out now. Just seeing your green screen, I remember a long time. Oh yeah, we take that off. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, does it? It's an Airbus cockpit chair. Like, make sense of this. It's an Airbus cockpit chair with a gaming chair on top of it. I didn't think that one through, did I? That's why I take it off. Bloody software. I spend half my life with this stuff compensating with software. I mean, it works, so there's no reason. You hammered it into your lanyard, my god. Well, yeah, just the pin at the back of a lanyard, of a whatever. Let's say these metallic pins you get, whatever, Boeing shop or whatever, Airbus. Or if it's Airbus, it could be made of plastic. But yeah, you get the pin and just get the other bit of the pin, and you basically just bend it so it crosses the smaller bit of the pin. So there's no way it will come out then. And that's what I thought. I just thought, right, it's staying in. I couldn't get it out, honestly. If I got it out, I'd rip the fabric out of the lanyard. So it's not coming out. There's no way it can come out. No way. So it's like the headphone thing for my desk. I've got a headphone thing, and I put it in myself in 2018, I think. All I did was, I can't remember, I think I got a drill out, and just I think I put wall sockets into it. You don't need to put wall sockets into wood, you know what I mean, honestly. But literally I put wall sockets in, and supports all sorts. So I think I'm quite good with DIY. It's one of those things that I didn't do at school. I didn't get any qualification in DT, but I think when it comes to, a job needs doing and something needs to be up and stay up, I think I go a little bit over the top with it and make sure it's actually in, you know what I mean? Not like, that'll do, yeah, we'll sort it out, whatever. It's like properly in, make sure it's in. Even if I end up breaking the tools I'm using to put it in, it will still stay in. Oh yeah. It's like shelves though, isn't it? Like these floating shelves nowadays. You get a floating shelf and you just do whatever, the wall, what are they called? Wall plugs, that's it, not wall sockets, wall plugs. Get the wall plugs in. Shelf, and then get the screws in, and it stays in. But I think in the olden days, what they used to do, before screw fix and all this, and B&Q, what they used to do was, this is what my primary school was like. They'll build a wall, and they'd know a shelf would go in there, so they'd actually design the brickwork. They'd have a little hole in the brickwork where they knew a shelf would go, so they'd do the brickwork, blah 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 blah, and they'd basically almost like customizing the wall in place of a shelf that they'd know would go in there, and then they'd literally build the shelf into the wall, so the shelf would be a part of the wall, honestly, and it actually stays up better that way. It stays in. you know what I mean? And it'll last forever, you know what I mean? Just doing it that way. Okay, it's quite permanent. It's a very permanent way of putting in a shelf. Very permanent, because you can't get it out, because the whole wall will come out then, or you'll have a big hole in the wall where a shelf used to be. What you can do there, you can, whatever, brick over it or whatever. But honestly, it's like, you know, try and putting up a shelf by nailing it into the wall behind your gas lines and report back, oh yeah, yeah, a few electric cables. Yeah, that's always a concern. You can get a thingy though, a scanner that detects that sort of stuff. So if you're going to be drilling into a wall, you can buy a thing that actually detects if there's any, you know, live wires in the wall or whatever that might be connected to the mains, or, you know, actually beeps if there's anything there. Yeah, it's kind of like being able to see through the wall. It's quite, well, it could save your life. It's very useful. Just seen your green screen. Remembers? Sorry, just seen your green screen. I remember a long time ago. I think it was when you were first setting it up. You showed us your wall coffee stain or something. Didn't know. Oh, the wall coffee stain. Well, the wall coffee stain isn't a thing yet. It's actually got wallpaper on it. Yeah. Just one more wall that needs doing, and it needs doing. Honestly, it needs to be done when I'm away, because all this stuff needs to come out, and it's the wall near all this setup stuff. Of course it is. You know what I mean? Ted is great at drawing. Love his drawings, photos. He posts on Discord. Yeah, he's very talented. That's the thing. Someone needs to round up all your videos into a CD labelled Sam's Times. Yeah, Orange Pride. My setup is a mess of wires for this laptop. I need to keep it. Hang on, live support now. Oh god. What's this on? 36%. I just let it drain. I bring this thing down to like 2% sometimes when I'm streaming. Honestly, I do, because I want to make sure that the life of this battery lasts a long time. Because I don't want a shit battery. Because it matters. Because at the airport, remember, I stream with this very laptop, this MacBook Pro. And what you're seeing this through is powered by the same computer that I use for the airport. So I need this battery to be constantly fluctuating in, you know, percentage in electrons, and, you know, I've got all the right things on, you know, like stops at 85% to, you know, retain its battery. I've got everything on just so this battery in this laptop lasts for as long as possible, because it matters to my airport streams, because I can always plug it into a charger, but, you know, I mean, this is a USB-C powered MacBook Pro, which is massive for me, because obviously I've got so many USB-C anchor batteries, you know what I mean? I've got hundreds, so I could just go, oh, there you go. It's not like the old one where I had to, you used to have to purchase a, you know, a special lead from Apple, you know, that wouldn't go into a battery. I have to go into the mains. I think I've still got that. I had a battery power block. I don't know if anyone remembers that, and it had a flashlight in it. I don't know if anyone remembers that. I've still got it, but I don't use it anymore. No, there's no need to use it anymore. I could still bring it to the airport, I suppose, but it's like one of them where I don't really need it. I don't stream long enough to use that sort of stuff, but it's there. But yeah, I don't know. I last had it out when I was using the solar power. I was trying to do a solar power setup stream, and I was trying to connect a load of batteries to one thing, the solar power receiver there, and it would go into all the batteries and then into the laptop. It didn't work anyway, so I'm gonna have to buy an anchor. I think it's like a all-in-one kit or whatever you call it. I can't remember what its name is, but definitely during the spring, my next little innovation, whatever you call it. So I've done the HDR, done the 360. I know this is all stuff that people don't really care about or know, but I know I've done it, which is what matters to me. But yeah, 360, great, but it only works at Heathrow. I mean, if anyone wants 360 streams at Manchester Airport, I will do that. Okay, I will do it, but you might be waiting 20 minutes between each arrival, which is my problem with doing 360 streams at Manchester Airport. That's why whenever I go to Heathrow, I always do 360 at Heathrow now, because I've got the influx of aircraft. What am I looking for? It's somewhere in here. Huh. The price of an iPhone SE. 3rd generation. Why has that come up? 128 quid. Interesting little phone. Don't think I've ever had the SE. The only SE model I've had is the 5. iPhone 5 SE. That's the only SE model I've ever had. They call it E now though, don't they? The iPhone 16e, which is like a weird hybrid between a base model 16 and somewhere between a Pro, but it's not a Pro because it's missing the lens. Yeah, really Apple. The stuff. I mean, I love Apple stuff, but God, make the lineups confusing as hell. Right, that was my last order. ESR silicon case for iPhone. Okay. It's not my recommended. I can't remember what it's called. It's the Anker. It's a solar powered unit. And why isn't it not in my? No, it's not here. Right. Anker. They make headphones now, Anker, don't they? God, that's 35 quid. When I purchased that battery, it was about 60. Yeah, the 533 power bank. Power core, 30 watt. IQ 3.0, yeah. Laptop power bank, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, where is it? That solar power kit. Oh, for God's sake. No, just a load of HDMI cable purchases. I love that because they always break on me. Oh my God. Sorry, Harris, I'll get to your message in a minute. I'm trying to find something that I literally saw last night and I can't find it on Amazon now. Typical. Here we are. Customers also viewed items in your browsing history. Customers who viewed items in your browsing history. Right, okay, no. Your browsing history. Should show up here. That's not it. That's not it. Why am I looking at a bloody Stanley flask? Those Stanley flasks are stupid. See how big they are? Honestly, you need to buy a bloody big enough bag to support a Stanley glass water thing. Oh my God. Right, here we are. 159 Anker Solix. DC power bank station and 60 watt solar panel. That should be enough for a stream. Power station for outdoor camping, travelling and emergencies. My streams are emergencies. They sound like emergencies. Oh bloody hell, effing this, don't they? I thought Anker made butter. Yeah. Yeah, it's an all-in-one though. It's an all-in-one kit, so. Okay. Experience massive power. 200 watt total output. Right, okay. So I want one of them, basically, for spring. I was trying to make a solar powered rig, right? Using multiple batteries and a receiver. Solar, because you need the solar panel receivers, obviously, to capture the light. So I was trying to use that and some other stuff back in May time. I wasn't with it in May. I was all stressed out in May, trying to find a bloody school to support my stupid TA thing. They've just been kicked out of. I say kicked out. I had to leave because they couldn't support me. Yeah, last year it was an all girls school. Yeah, it was okay. It wouldn't have been for me long term because it was a very small school, very very small, and I prefer mixed schools because it's just it's better. I think to teach or go into teaching, it's better to teach both genders, not just one. You know what I mean? And there's more activities as well. You can do more as well when it's a mixed school. There's more extracurricular stuff as well. But yeah, anyway, I had to go from there. But because whatever the Senko left, he left. So there was massive demand on the learning support staff, and in all of that happening, because he left, they couldn't support me with the support I would need to progress to what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? So it was either wait until we can do something for you in creative industries, blah 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 blah, with insurance and all that, because of the you need to be trained on the equipment properly, or leave. And I think the end decision was to leave and find another school, because to work somewhere where they're understaffed, the Senko's just left, you're a TA there, or I wasn't really on a placement, that was the thing, it was more volunteering, and there was a little promise about, oh, if you do really well, we could employ you, no. And that was kind of like sowed the seed in my mind. I was like, ooh, that sounds okay, doesn't it? That's all right. Okay, it's a bit of a far trek to get to the school, but sounds good. Got loads of nice equipment. Yeah, quite a well-funded school. Probably shouldn't say that, but it's a small school, but high school obviously, but quite well-funded. Got nice equipment in there and stuff like that. Up-to-date, latest tech for pupils to use, and it was good stuff to use, actually. When I was in there doing some stuff on computers, and it was like, yeah, this is high-tech stuff. This is nice. It's not normally what you see from, borough council budgets and all that. You don't normally see that. But yeah, it was good whilst it lasted. Well, I had to leave. Well, I think I more chose to leave, but I just didn't want. I can't stand waiting. I don't want to wait 3 months for some insurance thing to be processed, just so I can use equipment in creative. No. But if you teaching assistant and the Senko's gone, who normally, this is how it works in schools, the Senko sits at the top, you got an assistant Senko, and she was taking over his role because he left, so she was now the Senko. You know what I mean? They're trying to find a job advert came out for another Senko. So everyone who falls under the Senko are TAs, right? She's not a lead Senko. She's an assistant, so her workload, it must be like mega, right? Like, oh my god, bloody hell, walking in every morning like stressed to buggery, and yeah, so obviously we didn't have the resources to support me because everyone was running around like blue-ass flies. So yeah, not a great outcome, really. Not a great outcome. Had a student you've assisted who watches you? No, never. It's not happening. Just because I cut loose on here because of what I do. It's schools and all that. It's obviously very serious stuff. You know what I mean? You gotta always think about what you're gonna say, how you say it. It's not just I can't say this because it sounds whatever misleading. It's also like how they would interpret. Sometimes I try and think how I would interpret it. So I try and say something to someone or a student, and I always, before I say it, I always think, right, if I say this, how will that sound in their head? You know what I mean? That's how I always think. Like how will they receive this at this age? You know what I mean? If I use this word, I'm just gonna get a question like, what does that word mean? What does that word mean? And then already they're distracted from their work. They're doing an English lesson when I've used a fancy word in maths. You know what I mean? So I always try and keep it really simple in terms of communication. Really simple, to the point. But obviously, because I'm like restricted and contained at school, obviously, because I have to be. It's like part of the duty. Like helping kids and stuff like that to phrase things in meaningful ways and appropriate ways, so it's not misinterpreted like, oh, I thought you meant that, oh, why did you say that when you meant that, or whatever, or why did you, I don't know, because I don't know a good example. I'm trying to think. Like, let's say I'm setting an example for someone to say, right, if you're going to measure this room, you'll go over there and you'll get one end of the whatever, not protractor, what do you call it? Not sellotape, what am I saying? What are they called? I can't remember what they're called now. Oh, what are they called? Protractor. Measuring, what are they called? Oh, I can't remember. The thing on the reel that has a ruler on it, I actually can't remember. What are they called, guys? Can't remember. Anyway, if you go there and go to the other end of the room, that's how you measure the width of a room, right? So then they'll go over there, because I've just said if you go over there, but I'm actually saying it as an example, like for example, if you go over there, but they've just heard if you go over there, right, I'll go over there. You know what I mean? That's what I mean in terms of misinterpreting language. But when I go on here, it's like, I don't know, it's like I break free of everything, so that's why I'm a bit of a rebel on here, because it's like relaxed. It's the evening. I can kick back. I can be I don't want to say be myself, but I can, you know, I can be me on my channel. You know what I mean? I can say things and say silly things without any consequences, really. You know, everyone's like that. Though people go home and, you know, say, oh, I had a crap day or whatever, or, you know, it's like that. I'll go on here and I might rant and rave about something or whatever, a load of all this fizz that's bubbled up in the day, it just goes like oh my god, what the hell. I can't remember what the things are called now. Jesus, I haven't used them for so long. Not a ruler. Right, let's go on to Amazon. Let's go and order one. So what are they called? I can't remember what they're called now. Rolling ruler, that's not what it is. Tape measure, that's it, tape measure. How can you forget the name of a tape measure? Bloody hell, not a compass, mate. No, a tape measure. Bloody hell. Protractor ruler. What did I say before? A ruler on a reel. Tape measure. Bloody hell. The protractor. Jesus Christ. That's what I hate about talking with my friends of secondary school age. They just don't know English these days. Like, nothing wrong with that, but I have to explain everything in simple terms. Yeah, it's the best way. Tape measure, how do you forget that? I don't know. Probably because I'm drinking Thatcher's cider and it makes you forget everything. Where am I landing again? Ah, bloody tape measure. How can you forget a tape measure? I suppose people don't really use tape measures anymore, do they? I don't. If I want to measure the width for something, or the dimensions of something, I actually use my phone. Yeah, you can actually use your phone now. There's an app to get a tape measure, and you can actually measure dimensions and stuff like that. I actually use that now. I don't use tape measures. Exactly. What's a tape measure? Tape measure. I know I'm still in secondary school, but English is not that difficult. I don't know why so many struggle. It's at home though, you know, whatever's said at home, whatever language they use at home. Like all these double negatives or whatever you call them. Where we phrase things wrong. So I saw you was in Costa, you was in Costa, or I didn't do nothing. That's a classic, that one. I didn't do nothing. I just turn around and say, didn't do nothing? You mean didn't do anything? I always say that. I don't mean to be a snob, but you know, if you go to a job interview or whatever and you use a double negative or a double positive, both as bad as each other, but it's like I don't know, it doesn't look good. It doesn't sound right as well. It's like, I think they know it doesn't sound right, but it's just funnier to say, maybe. I don't know. It's not how you speak English, is it? I didn't do nothing, or I seen him the other day. I seen a bird. It weren't doing anything. That's another one. I weren't doing anything. Oh wow. Yeah, that's another one. I mean, this isn't just like a young age thing. I've heard adults say this as well. Honestly, you know where it comes from, then. Oh yeah. I was in the shop the other day, and I think somebody said something like, oh yeah, it's whatever, aisle 3, blah 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 blah. He came back, said, it's not there no more. You don't sell it no more, do you? And I'm just there in the queue going, oh my god, get this guy a bloody dictionary, would you? Go to the dictionary aisle, you know, where all the books are. Read some books, mate. Learn how to speak. Honestly, I never said that. I'd probably be a part of a pavement. You know what I mean, for eternity. But just like Jesus Christ. You don't have to, you know, really pick up books to understand or to use words in the right way. I think it's just it's from the parents, and then they hear that, and then it's passed on. It's like a generational thing. You break the generational gap of double negatives. There you go, fresh start. I ain't doing nothing. Very, very New Yorker. Ain't doing nothing. Yeah, it's basic English. It's just where it comes from, really. It's not having a go. It's just if you're in a school and you're teaching in a school and you hear that, it's like part of my duty is to correct them on grammar. You know what I mean? Because in 5 years' time, if they're still using double negatives, that's going to hold them back. I don't want anyone to be held back. You know what I mean? At school, because I was held back at school because I said I had dyslexia. I have dyslexia, and I was held back because of it. And to see people being held back for things that really shouldn't affect them, you know what I mean? Because the way it should be done, really, is I don't believe in base units. Whatever special educational needs, I don't think they should be restricted to base units. I just don't believe in that. I think everyone should be mainstream, but people who are special education will require SEN help. I think 1-to-1, in mainstream classes. So what I'm saying is, personal TAs, TAs who do 1-to-1, build a bond with them, and require specific help when needed in mainstream classes. I do not believe in sending SEN kids to base units to learn all their subjects and to be in a class of 4 other students. I just don't believe that is a very healthy educational environment, because I was put into that environment for a while, and in doing that I didn't succeed very well. I just didn't, until obviously sixth form, when I was in mainstream classes because I chose to be. And I said, no, I don't need this. I do not need somebody to read for me, you know what I mean, and to be distracted by the other muppets in there, you know what I mean. I don't need that. I want to be in mainstream classes because I want to be independent, self-confident, and if I need that help, I'll ask, you know what I mean. In sixth form, it's smaller classes anyway, and I succeed a lot better. So I don't actually believe in sticking special educational needs kids into base units with a class of 10 or 8 or 10 students. I just think it holds them back. I think everyone should be in mainstream classes. When they need time out, obviously they can go to maybe a special room, but I think all students should be in mainstream classes. Obviously, if there's some mobility issue, okay, that's different, that's fine, but I think neurodivergent or whatever, or neurologically, I think everyone should be in mainstream classes, because other people encourage other people. It's all part of the development cycle, and if they need 1-to-1, there's always someone who can sit in there with the student who needs the help and offer the 1-to-1. I think that's better than sticking everyone in a class. I personally think. That's my view on it, because I was, and it didn't help me succeed. And I know a lot of my other mates who didn't do sixth form or A levels actually have no GCSEs because of that. You know what I mean? And that's bad. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because I don't think anyone should be held back or dragged back into a smaller group, because I just don't think it's healthy. That's my opinion anyway, but I think everyone should be in mainstream. 1-to-1 with TAs, so everyone's in the class and they have 1-to-1 when needed, obviously, not like intimidating, like, right, Tommy, I'm going to sit with you for the whole 60 minutes of a lesson, and everyone's going to look at you and think, why do you need this person there when you need them. Make it kind of a bit smart, TA in the room, as soon as they need help, lift their hand up, dart over. That's what I do anyway. I don't, until I'm obviously told to, instructed to sit next to somebody, I just hover around the vicinity of a room, see what's going on, look at the work. As soon as a hand goes up, or I see a student who's a bit like, I go, whoosh, you need my help. Sound like the Elephant Man. I'm a human being, not a monster. You don't want them using that from English dialect when they have kids in the future. The kids won't even speak words. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. It's not good. I'm still really just getting into it. But I'm doing the course now, and it's going well. I've got quite a lot of work to do, but I kind of just do all the work in one. You know, I'm not somebody who does the work one night and then the other night I do a little bit more. I just do all the work in one. You know, it's like 6 hours commitment because I don't really like taking breaks. I think people know that with editing, I don't like taking breaks. If I'm working on something like quite important, I'm not one to go, right, I'll work on this in another 3 days. I'll work on this in another, you know, once I'm in, I'm in. You know what I mean? No food, no outdoors, don't care what time it is. Could be 2 in the morning, 9 in the morning, 5 in the evening when the sun's gone down. I keep working on it because that's the only way I can get committed and fully indulged in, because I find when I'm taking breaks here, there, and I get distracted, and I like, you know, consistent level of, okay, sometimes half an hour breaks are good, just to, like a refresher, but yeah, I don't know, it's, I like to be, once I'm in, I like to stay in, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, like a prisoner. You know what I mean? A prisoner in my own work. Sometimes it does feel like that sometimes. Yeah, I'm talking about editing, by the way. Before anyone starts saying, oh, he feels like a prisoner in school and he doesn't like what he's doing. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about editing. When I'm locked into editing on this, it's, I'm locked in. You know what I mean? I'm in. Should become a mainstream subject teacher. Teach digital technology. It would be good, yeah. ICT teacher. That's the thing. If I was, I do a bit of ICT, and you're not actually teaching ICT. Half the time the monitors aren't coming on. HDMI cables aren't working. VGA cables have gone. Whatever. Spend half my time at the back of a monitor trying to figure out all the ports and trying to sort it out. You know, you see me at the airport when I blow into the whatever you call it, the HDMI. Why isn't that not working? Oh, we've got picture again. Oh, it's gone off. It's like it's like that. It's like that, but a little bit more intense, because you don't really want to be interfering with her work. You know what I mean? You don't really want to be over work. Let's say, I don't know. Something of someone's name. Tommy has worked on a Word document, and all of a sudden his screen's gone off. I don't want to be the one going, right, just give me a minute. Let me see if I can find another HDMI cable in the ICT. Storage room, and going through all the cables. You know what I mean? Look at the dirty clothes. Oh, that won't fit. No. Which one's the clean one? You know what I mean? Oh god. Jesus. You know, half the time I'm trying to fix hardware. But sometimes stuff goes wrong. Someone doesn't know how to create a background or whatever, or do some. Want to make their presentation look nicer or something like that, or access a link they've been told that's on the board and we don't know how to copy the link. I'm like, right, no, you need to go to Google Classroom, that folder, that unit, that lesson. It is a bit confusing, and they get the link and then it works, and sometimes the link might be blocked, yeah, because they're sat in that part of a room sometimes that isn't connected to the Wi-Fi. Yeah, well, it's alright, because at least I'm helpful. Sometimes I'm too helpful, that's the problem. I've actually been told off for being too helpful as well in music and art, because I was virtually doing the work for them. I got too into it. I was trying to help 3 students, and I literally ended up doing all their work for them. Literally, I think with music and in art, and it was like, it was recorded as well. It was like documented. Not documented, but it was like another TA saw what I was doing, and she happened to be in the music lesson after, and she was like, yeah, just a bit of feedback. It's great, but you just need to step back a bit, because if you do their work all the time, they will want you to do their work all the time. They won't do any work. And I was like, I know, I could sense I was getting too into it, and she just laughed and found it quite funny. Anyway, after that, the head teacher came out. I'm joking. Well, if you're passionate though, that's who they need in schools. People who are passionate and sometimes overhelp. And you know, if you know your stuff. Like in music, I was trying to do a piece, and again, got carried away, and ended up literally doing the work for them, which I think is probably my biggest weakness, ending up being too kind, doing the work for them in subjects that I know, you know, stuff that's very, you know, like performance related. This link is blocked by your administrator. That's it, yeah. Or administration. Yeah, exactly the same in my class, Sam. How my teacher has to try to fix those old ThinkPad Intel iCore desktops. It's not very good. Look, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Once something goes wrong in ICT, it's not one of those things where it's like, right, get out your maths books, let's do your times tables, or maybe let's do a bit of algebra. You know what I mean? It's like you can't really do that. It's like if something's gone wrong or the projector won't work, it's like, damn. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Get Mr. Lockett to dance at the back of a class and does what he does at the airport at the end of the streams. Say goodbye. Hello. Say hello. Goodbye. Did you see that yesterday? Oh, that was so funny. You couldn't write it. You couldn't write that story. Yeah. And then there's Ian at the back. He knows I'm going to turn around the camera because he goes the opposite way. But he does it before I turn the camera. So the camera is actually... he moves and he's on the camera. So he moves too early. He moves before I move the camera. And he just ends up being in where the camera is already. You know what I mean? Before it moves. Oh, he's hilarious. He really is. Right. Is this Madeira? There's an island coming up. Or we are descending. But yeah, anyway, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I think that's the bottom line. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. And I'm too helpful. That's all people need to know. And I'm doing a teaching assistant course. Is it level 2? Yeah, level 2. I don't want to go level 1 because I feel, well, I thought it may have been a little bit too easy, and it doesn't really exist either. Level 1 tier, it exists, but it doesn't. It's one of those things. It's like, I don't know. I think a lot of people will go, oh, you want to do level 1? You might as well just go to a primary school or a nursery, you know what I mean? So I just thought, oh, middle ground, I'll go level 2 because it'll be challenging enough. But apparently high schools do offer level 1, which I didn't know. So, yeah. Succession theme plays. Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. It's going well. It's one of those things where it's like it's something new every day, and it's definitely made me a better person, I think. Not on YouTube though. I'm gonna keep doing my thing on YouTube and being myself. I'm not gonna suddenly change and be really polite at the airport and start a stream by, oh, hello everyone, welcome to Manchester. Today it's 2 degrees and it's gonna be a great stream. Enjoy, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and just as a little bonus, yeah, if you watch to the end, I'll be giving you a free Starbucks coffee voucher. I love you all. I'm never going to be like that. Never. I actually said yesterday, do people want me to, you know, round the table at the romper? I actually used a similar example. And Ian went, no, I don't want you to change. No. My dad was like, no. Carl was like, maybe a bit. Martin wasn't there. And I was like, I actually can't do that. I've tried a little bit to be not friendly, but just like a bit sappy. You know what I mean? I can't be sappy. I just can't be like that. Straight laced on YouTube. It's not my way to be. Not ingenuous, but ingenuine or whatever you want to say, or pretentious, but just a bit sugar-coaty and straight-laced and going by the book and saying all the right things and being so scared to upset people. I can't do it. So I don't know what the right word is for it. Not contagious, no. Straight-laced, they're the right words. Straight-laced. Not pretentious. I'm trying to think. Mollycoddled. Yeah, mollycoddle in your audience, being overly friendly, like almost like you want something out of it. You know what I mean? Like really bit. Yeah, sappy. That's the best way I can describe it. Sappy. You know what I mean? Like a bit. You know. Bit salty or whatever you want to say. Yeah. That's not the right word, is it? I'm trying to think. Bit wet, yeah, wet, like a wet lettuce. You know what I mean? A bit faceless and no real strong character. Just a bit. Today we're going to be, and the A380 will be arriving in 20 minutes, and it's all going to be lovely. It's all going to be rainbows once it arrives. Yay! Yeah, I can't do that. I just can't do it. I can't present in an appropriate. No, that's not the right way to say it. In an appropriate manner. In a mollycoddled manner, you know what I mean? Mollycoddling my audience and making everyone feel really special and welcome and all this nice warm community. So I can't do it. It's rustic. Everyone knows they tune in for a reason. This channel's rustic. It's real. It's alive, and it's mechanical, and it's not gonna change. I'm not gonna change to get all these great views and be a really nice person on stream. I'm always going to be a little bit direct and blunt because it's part of the. It's just me when I'm streaming. I think I've just got a shit attitude. I think that's it. He's not going to change. It's nothing to do with character, and he doesn't. It's not nothing to do with characterization and persona. It's just he's got a shit attitude and he can't be bothered to change it. That's all it's to do with, really, isn't it? Let's cut through the shit, guys. Oh yeah. Right, I'm gonna. So when everyone thinks I've been dragged down by the Undertaker. Where's he gone? Where did he go? Ian loves you too much to lose the traditional Sam. Yeah. It's like I've been dragged down by the Undertaker. Replay it. You know the Undertaker in WWE? It's like that, isn't it? It's like slipping off the chair. Alright, okay, we're going down. Flaps. Yeah, it can't change. Can't change. Okay, I've reined it in a little bit. The last few weeks I've been a little bit verbal and said some things I probably shouldn't have. Naughty things. Not really naughty, just things that are not really very nice. Bit crude, bit like, oh, and then he has to say that, and then why did he say that? You know what I mean? Just a bit telling people to get lost on streams if they don't like it. Yeah, I've always done that though. If people don't like it, I don't go, oh, I'm sorry, thank you for the feedback, it really helps. I just go, well, if you don't like it, naff off. You know what I mean? It's like pineapple pizza, isn't it? No, if you don't like it, why did you order it? If you don't like it, why order it? If you're not gonna eat it, why did you order it? It's like that, isn't it? It's like that attitude. Going to a pub or a bar and say, oh, can I have a pint of Stella, please? And I turn around, behind the bar and go, what do you think this is? A bloody pub? It's like that, isn't it? Oh, bloody hell. Going to a fish and chip shop on a Friday night. Could I just get chicken fried rice, please? What do you think this is? A bloody kitchen? It's like that though, isn't it? But it's funny. No, I don't do this to upset people. I think I just come across as a bit blunt and rude, and I probably am. But yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm doing my revision on how to speak proper. We're going down. It's not great. So I'm not just used to doing a commercial flight now. It's not. I've always been like this though. I think 4 years ago I probably didn't say as much, but I said stuff, but it was more really immaturely phrased and worded. It was childish like it was, but now it's more like, it's more adult, but it's more like it comes with a bit of a punch. So if I think I can get away with saying something, I'll say something else as well. Nothing like really rude, but sometimes the stuff I was saying the other night about the nativity and Christianity and all that, I was saying, oh, got a lot to answer for, blah 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 blah. Not needed for YouTube. I said it on Christmas Eve as well. Christmas Eve, and I was having a go at Christians, like, really, why? And exactly. I was just saying, don't believe religion's good for anybody really, and indoctrinating young people into believing the world was made in 7 days and all this, and just not having them look at facts and like what do we call it? The God gap. If science can't answer this, therefore we must fill it in with God. Or if we can't be bothered to research science, therefore we must believe in God. It's just all that I don't like. I just think people should think, especially young people as well, you know, only look at the facts of what's true, not, you know, if it helps you, if someone's passed away, that's fine. If you like to believe in the afterlife and all that, that's, well, Buddhism, that's very good, that's nice, that's lovely. If it helps, if religion helps you, that's fine, but it's only until you start indoctrinating your offspring into believing, you know, third world facts and things that were written, you know, thousands of years ago about any scientific, you know, when they thought the world was flat, when they thought the sun went round the earth instead of the earth going around, you know, it's just like, how much evidence is there for this when they believed that at the time, that at the time, and that at the time? Exactly, it's just, I just have a problem with it. But again, if it helps people, that's fine, you know. If it helps people mentally, or if someone's passed away and they're, you know, grieving or whatever, or like to believe that they're in a, you know, a special place in heaven, that's beautiful, that's lovely, you know, that's great imagination, if that can help people. I mean, I've even had some spiritual kind of little moments at times, you know, where I thought, oh, that's happened because that was meant to happen, you know what I mean, especially when my granddad passed away. Oh yeah, about 5-6 years ago. Oh, 100%, yeah, I fully, you know, believed in him going to a nice place and, you know, making everyone smile, you know, for a bit, until obviously later on when everything wasn't as raw, I went, oh, well, come on, you know, people pass away, animals pass away, why does it just have to be humans that go to heaven, you know what I mean? Everything that dies, there'll be millions of ants up there and spiders and woodlice as well, you know, crawling around, getting on everyone's nerves. My granddad would be going, oh, fucking hell, these ants that have died, you know, put it into a realistic context, you know what I mean? Now, I don't mean to have a go, but you know what I'm saying, it's part of the fun to think, isn't it, as well? Well, part of growing up is to, you know, look at facts and what's real. Oh, the way I worded that, that's not very good. You're not 50, you have much life in you, Sam. Don't beat yourself up too much for being yourself. Yeah, well, and that's the thing, we live in a world where people get so upset. So I think sometimes I just like to, I don't want to break the rules, but just bend comedy a bit into, you know, little bits of aggro and try and test the limits. Thought-provoking, that's what I am. I'm not aggressive, I'm not a bully, or someone who goes online just to deliberately have a go at his fans. I'd say thought-provoking. 100% thought-provoking. Like, ooh, yeah, maybe I am an arsehole. He's right, that YouTuber. Maybe I do need to get a life. Oh, bloody hell. But no, I don't go online to deliberately upset people. No, I don't. That is not the reason I do this. It's passion, and I speak my mind. Got no filter. Really, haven't got a filter. I've got a filter, but it's like on YouTube. It's a bit of a faulty filter. Oh yeah. Right, I'm not too happy with this. This isn't going my way. I've had to increase. I need to look at the bloody plane. Right, is that the parking brake? Right, okay, flaps, I'm happy with the flaps. Right, they need to be on 0, that's armed again, I've just seen that. Okay, right. I'm watching everything. Eyes like a lodging house cat. Right, increase the speed. Increasing speed. But yeah, if religion helps you, that's fine. That's great. The only problem I have with a lot of the faiths is, you know, indoctrinating people at a young age, having them do extreme things or doing extreme things to people, and not having them look at science. I mean, it's very important to look at facts, isn't it, and see what's. I mean, believe what you want to believe, but only look at the facts if you really want, you know, to understand the world, because it's very important. If you know that was into the apron, I will laugh. Oh, that's a good point actually. There's isn't there a bit of a hump on the runway somewhere? I remember last time I was landing there, the plane hit something on the runway, like an uneven bit of scenery that was incorrectly loaded. So I don't know if I should be landing the other way. Oh, I don't know. Glad he's brought that up actually. Okay, Harris, what Harris said has nothing to do with that, but still it's just sparked something. 100%. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be still there, I'm not sure. Because we ended up hitting something on the runway, like the terrain went up suddenly on the runway, the tarmac, and ended up hitting it. So it was like hitting the nose wheel into like a brick wall in a way. Or the equivalent of a brick wall, because the A330 is quite big, isn't it? And it was like, wow, what was that? we haven't done the what do we call it? Geometrical scenery very well. Or an error in there somewhere. Yeah, I don't normally land at Madeira, I'm not very good at it. Right, auto throttle can go. Oh, it's already off. Well, you've got to aim towards the house, haven't you, and then turn quite aggressively. There's like a white house somewhere, and then you turn quite sharply. I don't like how I've done this. Yeah, exactly.
2,500.
Yeah, modern science is fascinating. Science, I love science now. Honestly, I used to hate science at school, but I found myself enjoying it quite a lot. You know, friction forces and all that, and non-contact force. What were we doing the other day? About acceleration. Yeah, I love that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's, you know, it's like going back to school myself. There's some things I do understand, you know, when they're doing about forces, and, you know, like maybe some physics and stuff like that, because of the planes and all that. I love my travel and the planes and the engineering. I'm quite good at physics. I've been told I was quite helpful in one lesson for explaining how something works with, you know, upward force and all that. And yeah. If only they said that when I was in school, but they didn't believe in me.
1,000.
They believed in me. It was just my attitude was bad when I was. Yeah, I just didn't like science at school. I wasn't there. It was one of the subjects where I just thought, oh, I'm gonna muck about. I'm gonna muck about, and they had a supply, and the supply ended up staying longer than it should, longer than they should, and yeah. Someone didn't return from maternity leave. Some science teacher was pregnant. Is that science, isn't it? Yeah, that's what happens, you know. Human reproduction. And yeah. Too low terrain. I wonder if they've fixed this now. Oh, we really need to slow down. Right, here we go, landing at Madeira on an A330. I hope they've sorted this out, because I don't want to end up nose slamming into something. 400. Good old Madeira. Good old Madeira, I've never been Madeira. Jamie's been Madeira more times than some Spanish people have Portuguese residents have been to Madeira, probably. Yeah, he likes his Madeira.
80, 60, 20, 10, retard.
Oh, you bugger. Oh well, it needed to be done. We're here, we've landed, yay! Hallelujah. Oh, that was actually okay, that wasn't too bad, it was a bit of a bounce. But have you ever seen a good landing at Madeira? Oh yeah, they have fixed it, haven't they? Yeah, that's good, it's good to see. Yeah, so basically there's a hump in the runway, and you'd end up slamming into it with the nose, and you'd just grind to a halt, wouldn't you? Yeah, if you were landing this way. They've fixed it. Yeah, I'd love to go to Madeira. I'd like to go. Jamie's got loads of pictures of it, and it looks the place, really. It looks the place. Right, time has stopped, which is great. Right, flaps are up. That's a big plane for Madeira, this, isn't it? Right, okay, let's turn. Alright, welcome to Madeira. over local time is 8 minutes past 12 p.m. I've been 2 or 3 times now. It's one of the most beautiful islands I've ever been to. Oh, I hope 2020 I doubt they've fixed it. They've fixed it. Yeah, thanks for staying tonight, Harris. It's nice for you to stay. Alright. Wing lights can go off. Yep. Flaps are up. Speed brakes didn't come up though, did they? I've noticed. Got 2 here. Yeah, I've got some AI generated planes. When I went one time, we did the toboggan run through it. It was lovely. Oh, nice. After my grandpa died a couple of years after I was born, I kept seeing these white feathers in front of me whenever I went. I also saw it. Something spiritual. It comes down to opinion, I guess. Yeah, I suppose. But that's the thing. I think when someone's died, a lot of people notice things like that, and you know, I think I did notice some stuff like that when my granddad died, and then I think 3 years later, so 2023, I noticed all these feathers, and I just thought, well, how much do we notice actually? How much do we really pay attention to this stuff, or is it just a thing when people die we notice every candle in the room? You know what I mean? It's like we notice everything that goes. I don't know, maybe it's just a thing. When people die, we notice a lot more stuff. So, yeah, I just remember seeing loads of feathers on the street and things like floating around in the air, and I just thought, this is kind of weird. No one's died recently. How much of this stuff just happens all the time around us and we're just blissfully unaware? You know what I mean? That's what I ended up thinking. I just thought, well, maybe, but I don't know. Agnostic now. He's not an atheist, he's now an agnostic. Just in the space of 1 minute on the stream, he's not an atheist anymore, he's now an agnostic. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't care. Yeah, that's true, we probably just associate. Yeah, that's what I'm saying anyway. Yeah, I don't know, I just remember something I remember. You know, which kind of, you know, links to that again. I remembered that because something happened. I remembered that section of my life in 2023. I can't remember much of 2023, to be honest. If you asked me what I did on the 3rd of February 2023, I don't know. You know, but it's like that little moment in 2023. I remembered because I remember seeing feathers, so therefore I remember that. But if I didn't think, oh, feathers associated with dying, and just walk straight through it, I wouldn't remember that section. So you know what I mean? Links back to when someone dies, people's minds are everywhere, so therefore we notice everything. You know what I mean? So they remember feathers and associate feathers with that. That's what I'm saying anyways. I speak to my sister, she's doing psychology, I don't know. I'm sorry I kept leaving the streams in the past. It's just things have been a bit hectic just through. Thought you'd like some company? Yeah, I like everyone's company. Well, not everyone's. Not everyone's company. Alright, okay. Alright, get the engines off, would you? We're parked up now, wonky. Look how wonky that parking is. Bloody awful, isn't it? Oh, I turned off the engines, we can't reverse thrust back out. Plus it's embarrassing to watch. Right, okay. It's embarrassing to watch. Right, engines are off, welcome to Madeira, see the signs, that off, that off, that off, fuel pumps off, one battery can go off. So 1 hour, 21 minutes, 35 seconds, and 90 nanoseconds is that? No, milliseconds. So, hour, minute, seconds, milliseconds. Come on. Get it right, son. 7 digits. It's been a wonderful stream, Sam. I love being here to moderate and chat as usual. Hope all is well. Yeah, I've been good recently. It's just that I've been stressed, that's all. Over Christmas, spent too much time with, you know, cabin fever. A lot of time in my room. Didn't feel like a social Christmas this year. I didn't want that. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm working every day and working in close proximity with a lot of people every day, you know, because of the school stuff. And maybe I just wanted to close in for 2 weeks and just be by myself. I didn't get much done. Okay, I did and I didn't. Some days I'll just do music. Some days I'll just sit watching bloody Netflix documentaries about stuff. I mean, really productive. But 2 weeks, you're allowed to do whatever you want to do in 2 weeks. I don't need to be, you know, writing the world's next greatest book about, I don't know, technology or next innovations, or working on some amazing thing for my channel. I did work on some stuff, some research and all that, but I don't need to be working on stuff all the time. That's what I'm saying. But over Christmas, spent a bit too much time by myself, I'd say. Yeah, I know, got a bit grumpy over Christmas, not gonna lie. Bit quiet on Discord as well, but I don't need to be always on Discord, do I? I don't need to be there every minute and join. I don't really join people's chats anymore. I mean, that's one of the things a lot of people don't understand about me anymore, and I haven't really got an answer for. You know, Martin, Jamie, they call. Carl, I don't call anymore. I don't do any group calls. I don't do them anymore. Obviously group trips, yeah, but group calls, I don't really do them anymore. And I can't really answer why I don't do them anymore. I don't know. I think I come in the evening and I just think I just want some time to myself. I think that's it. I value my time to myself more because I'm outdoors more now. I'm more, well, working, let's say, actually working instead of doing YouTube. You know, communication with people all the time in school, you know, 7 hours a day every week, 5 days a week, you know what I mean? It's like 36 hours a week, I think I do. 36 hours a week, yeah. 36 hours. So I do appreciate some time to myself. Yeah. But again, I haven't really got a full bullet point on why I don't call people anymore. I just don't. I'm sorry if it upsets you. I don't really know. But if someone is asking for a call and really wants a call, let me know. But some people I don't deliberately call, or if they want me to call them, sometimes I don't always want to call. You know what I mean? Yeah, not always. Or there's some people in my Discord, and you never quite know when they're just going to go and disappear. That's the thing. Some people just are there, and the next minute they're not. You know what I mean? It's like, and so I don't want to build too much of a relationship with people like that, because I never know if I can plan something and they just go, well, I feel like shit today, I'm going to get rid of everyone on my social media. You know what I mean? Because that's happened before. And yeah, I'm all talking about one individual, but I'm not going to name them because it's just not fair to. But yeah, I don't really want to always join calls with people like that, because I don't want to build a bond and a relationship where when it suits them, they're just going to drop me like a hat. I'd rather me be there when they need them. Sorry, be there when they need me, but not too much. I don't always want to be too much into their world, because I don't want to be a part of their problem. You know what I mean? I want to help them, but I don't want to be them to be too dependent on me and me to be too dependent on them. I just like to step back and go, right, okay, he's in a good mood at the moment. That's great, but I don't want to, you know, I would let him enjoy that. You know, I don't want to be too much a part of that, because I don't want to suddenly, you know, be associated with being a part of his problem, or them blaming me for something that I haven't done. You know what I mean? Or, you know, living with, oh, he's not going to contact me anymore. You know, I don't want to live with that anymore. I'm old enough to kind of just go, I don't need to call people every night. I don't need to communicate with people on the internet every night on Discord. I don't need to do that. I've finally reached an age now where I just go, I'm not answerable. I don't need to be that guy who picks up the phone or answers a message within 1 minute. You know, I can take some time off if I want to and answer it in my own will. Obviously, appropriately, not like if someone really needs my help and I go, oh, right, you can't do this, right, give me a week and I'll get back to your message. You know, obviously I'll answer within, 12 hours, but I just don't feel that glued to it anymore, because I value my own time, I think. Or I don't like to I don't like people to make me feel under pressure. I think that's it, yeah. I don't like that anymore. People putting me under pressure. I don't, especially with YouTube and all that, when it's something I choose to do. It's not something I have to do for other people. I choose to do it. And I think, particularly in 2024, I got taken the piss out of a bit. Just a bit. Yeah, around August time, July, August, a few people taking the piss. I was the nice guy, too nice, and I was doing great. My channel was doing really well. Great trip reports. But obviously when someone's doing really great, people test the limit with people. They see what they can get away with. Especially when you're always there. Familiarity breeds contempt. Let's leave it at that. And I don't really stand for that anymore. Well, I'm older. Well, I will treat you all to a trip overseas. Oh, miss our old group calls. Yeah, I mean, it's still there. It's still a channel. If people want to call, you know, each other, that's fine. I might join every now and again. I mean, maybe if someone kicks it off and goes, right, tomorrow night or this time next week, 3 people join the group call. You never know, that might spark off. Maybe every other night we end up doing the calls. You never know. We called every night in 2024, every single night, pretty much from February to the end of the year. Called every single night. And if there wasn't a call, it was like, what's going on? Why is there not a call tonight? What the hell's happened? But there was literally a group call every single night. And now there's not. There probably hasn't been a group call for a year. I know, it's amazing, but it just shows little thing can get something started. And then me choosing to step back because I was a little bit under pressure and didn't always want to be communicating with certain people. You know, again, familiarity breeds contempt. But again, everyone's friends again now, but on a very mutual, separated level. We all respect each other, but it's not too intimate. And I like that. You know, people are just mates. They're not mates. You know what I mean? They're just, I don't want to say acquaintances, no, but they're, I have friends, but I know who my real friends are. You know what I mean? But some people, yeah, they're there. We share the interest. Let's just say we share the interest. And, you know, if anyone wants to meet me at Manchester Airport, it's a big enough place to find me. And that's great. That sounds like I wanted to fight then. No, you know what I mean. I want to join in what we do. I think 2023 was a quiet Christmas for a lot of people. It was a bit weird. Yeah, what's he moaning about now? You. We're moaning about you, Ian. Right, request catering service. Yeah, I don't know, it just wasn't really there. I mean, I'm getting worse and worse with Christmas now. I could really take it or leave it. I just do not. I like the lights, some of the music, some of the films are quite funny. Only Home Alone 2. You know, the food, the presents, that's nice. The whole giving part of it I like. The bit I don't like about Christmas is the whole ingenuine stuff. You know what I mean? The whole, oh, write them a card. Just because it's this time of year. We don't have anything to do with them for 364 days of a year. But just on this one day where Christ was born, baby Jesus, we send them a card. We tell them how much we like them and how much we love them and that we should do more with them. And that, you know, we're still there. We should go out for a drink. But this never happens. It never. How many times in history has somebody sent somebody a card who they barely see anymore just to remind them they're still thinking of them and say, all this nice stuff, we should do this, that, the other with them. We should really meet up sometime in the year to have a coffee and, you know, relive our old memories. That never happens. Never. I've seen it. Never happens. And that's what I don't like about Christmas. The whole, oh, we'll invite you around, we'll send you a card just to remember you. But they never actually do anything 364 days of a year that indicates they actually like you. You know, and that's my problem with Christmas. The whole bullshit around that. I don't stand for that. No, that's not what I like. Right, I'm going to go. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Mr. Grumpy signing off. It's been a good stream. I don't understand the point of New Year's resolution. Well, we celebrate the fact our planet has made a full rotation of the sun. I mean, that in itself, the fact we have to celebrate that, and we're talking about landing on Mars, colonising Mars, for me, is a bit of a problem. Yeah, I know it's tradition, I know it's nice, but it's all nice, driven by marketing. That's all it is. Right, I'm going to go. See you later. Bye.